Hi guys, welcome. My name is Donna. I'm going to be your instructor today. We have a great mat Pilates flow with you. If you notice, I changed locations. I'm in my home. I thought it'd be fun if I work out from home with you guys who are working out from home. All you're going to need for today is a band and a block. Obviously, props are always optional. I'll offer modifications if you want. You can also strap on some ankle weights on your ankles, on your wrists if you want to elevate. I will not be doing that. We're going to go ahead and get started lying down on our backs. And you don't need any props to start. You're just going to extend your legs out long in front of you on your mat. Let your arms rest down at your side and get connected with your breath, taking a big inhale through your nose. And a big exhale, pushing the air out like you're blowing air out of a straw. Inhale nice and deep. And exhale, push all of the air out. Three more breaths just like this. Inhale, breathing into the sides of your body and your back. And exhale, knit your ribs together, pull your belly button to spine. Two more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, your deepest breath in. And your deepest breath out. Inhale, reach both arms up overhead. Extend your legs out long if they aren't already. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Arch your back. Feel the full body stretch. And exhale, hug both knees into your chest. Give them a tight squeeze. Place your hands on either one of your knees. And then draw circles with your knees going away from each other for 3. For 2. On 1, reverse the direction. Going this way for 3. For 2. Last one, hug both knees into your chest. Give them a tight squeeze. And then you're going to lift both legs up to tabletop, arms open out to a goalpost or a T, crossing right leg over left. Take a big inhale, and on your exhale, drop your legs over to the left side. Gaze goes over your right shoulder. 1 deep breath in and deep breath out. Lift your legs back up through center. And then keeping the cross, you're going to cross your right ankle over your left knee, hands interlaced behind your left knee, and pull your left knee down toward your face. Feet are flexed. You're in your figure 4. You should feel the stretch all through the back side of your right leg. Holding for 1 more inhale. And 1 more exhale. Release your left leg down to the mat. Extend your right leg up to the ceiling. Inhale as you point and lower the right leg to hover an inch off the mat. And exhale as you flex and lift it right back up. Inhale, point and lower. Exhale, flex and lift. Inhale, point and lower. Exhale, flex and lift. We're only here for 3 more. Exhale, flex and lift, keeping both hips squared and down on the mat. Core is engaged, so the only thing that's moving is your leg. Last one, inhale, point and lower. Exhale, flex and lift, and then keep your right leg extended up to the ceiling. You're going to walk your hands up your right leg, bend your elbows, float your head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat. Feel the stretch here for 3. For 2. On 1, lower your head, neck, and shoulders down to the mat. Release your right leg to tabletop. Arms go to a goalpost. Left leg lifts to tabletop. Same thing other side. Left leg crosses over right. Inhale to prepare, and exhale, drop both knees over to the right side. Gaze goes over your left shoulder. Holding for 3. For 2. On 1, exhale, lift your legs back up through center. Find your figure 4. Left ankle over right knee. Both feet are flexed. Hands interlaced behind your right knee, and we pull down toward our face. Feeling the stretch, this time in the back side of your left leg. For 1 more deep breath in. And deep breath out. Extend your right leg long. Extend your left leg up to the ceiling. Palms rest down on the mat. Inhale as you point and lower your right leg to hover. Exhale as you flex and lift it right back up. Inhale as you point and lower. Exhale as you flex and lift. Inhale, point and lower. Exhale, flex and lift for 3. Inhale, point and lower. Exhale as you flex and lift for 2. Inhale, point and lower. Exhale as you flex and lift for 1 and hold. Walk your hands up your left leg. Bend your elbows, float your head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat. Hold here for 3. For 2. Stay on 1. Float your left leg up off the mat. Your right leg up off the mat. You're going to pull your left leg into your face twice. And then switch sides. Right leg comes in twice. Switch, pulling in left and right. You go left and right. We're here for 3 and switch. For 2 and switch. Last one and switch. Hug both knees into your chest and lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Extend your arms up overhead. Extend your legs out long onto the mat. Inhale and exhale. Lift your arms up above your chest. Tuck your chin to your chest and slowly peel yourselves up off the mat. Finding your tall spine. Inhale and exhale. Forward fold over your legs. Holding here for 3. For 2. On 1, slowly peel yourselves all the way up. Arms come to shoulder height. We tuck our tailbone under and we're going to lower it down as slow as you can go. Squeeze your legs together and roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. Inhale, your arms reach up overhead. Exhale, your arms lift up above your chest. Tuck your chin. Peel yourself all the way up off of your mat. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, we forward fold, holding for 1 breath in, 1 breath out. Stack all the way up. Arms come to shoulder height. Tuck your tailbone and lower, touching your low back, your mid back, your shoulder blades. And finally, when your head touches your arms, sweep up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, your arms lift up above your chest. Tuck your chin. And slowly peel yourself all the way up. Find your tall spine. And forward fold. This last descent is going to be the last slow one. And then we're going to pick up the pace. So stack your spine. Arms come to shoulder height. Tuck your tailbone. Lower it down. Make it the most dramatic one yet, since it's the last slow one. All the way down to your mat. Inhale, your arms reach up overhead. This time your spine is going to stay curved and we're going to dive straight through, so you're not pausing in the middle. We roll up on our exhale. Reach for your toes but don't touch them, and roll it all the way back down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, dive it forward and lower it all the way back down. Inhale, exhale, lift for 5 and roll and lower it back down. Inhale, exhale, lift for 4. And lower it all the way back down. Inhale, exhale, roll it up for 3. And lower it all the way back down. Inhale, exhale, lift for 2. And lower it down. Inhale, exhale, lift for 1. And lower it all the way back down. Go ahead and grab your band. It's going to come just above your knees. So band is just above your knees. Feet are on the mat. They're parallel with each other. Toes are pointed forward, so they're not turned out. They're not rotated in. Pointed forward, and they're in line with your hips. Hands are going to interlace behind your neck for support. We're going to take a big inhale, and then exhale. Push the air out. Crunch your head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat by squeezing your core. So notice how my neck didn't change positions. I'm just using my core to lift up. Inhale to lower. Exhale. Lift your upper body up off the mat. Inhale, lower. We're just lifting to your shoulder blades. The rest of your body stays down, so it's just a crunch. And your head is hanging heavy in your hands. So I'm not using any of my neck to lift. Inhale, exhale, squeeze, and lower. And there should be a little bit of tension in the band because your knees are in line with your hips. So your knees should not be touching. Inhale, exhale, crunch it up for 5. Inhale, lower. And shoulders are relaxed and away from your ears for 4. And lower. Exhale, crunch it up for 3. And lower. Exhale, lift for 2. And lower. Exhale, lift for 1. Lower, and we're going to add on. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, crunch your head, neck, and shoulders up and lift both legs up to tabletop. And then both feet come down, head, neck, and shoulders lower to the mat. Exhale, crunch it up. Lift your legs to tabletop. Inhale, lower everything back down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift for 5. Inhale, lower. Notice how when I lift my legs to tabletop, the shape of my legs is staying exactly the same. So there's no additional bend in my knee. I'm keeping my legs. The movement is coming from my core and from my hips, not from my knee. So I'm not bending my knees to tap my toes down. I'm lowering my legs from my hips to tap my toes down. We lower for 2. Exhale, lift. Last one. Exhale, lift and hold, and we're going to add on. Extend both legs forward to the front. Lower your head down. Bend your knees in. Lower both feet down. So you're going to exhale, crunch it up. Your legs lift to tabletop. Inhale, extend everything out. Exhale, bend it in. Lower your feet, lower your head. Exhale, crunch it up. Extend everything out. Bend everything in. Lower your feet, lower your head. Exhale, crunch it up for 5. Extend everything out. Bend everything in. Lower your feet, lower your head. Exhale, crunch it up for 4. Remember that you're using your core to lift your upper body and not your neck, so your head is heavy in your hands. I always say that, but it's really important here. Otherwise, you won't be feeling it in the right places, and you may also be hurting your neck. Exhale, lift for 2. Extend everything out. Bend everything in. Lower it all the way back down. Exhale, lift for 1. Extend everything out. Bend everything in. Keep your legs in tabletop. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Now we're bringing our knees to touch, and I want you to make sure that your knees are stacked over your hips. So notice how my knees are not dropping into my chest. They're stacked over my hips. We're going to exhale, crunch your head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat. Heels are going to stay together. You're going to press out into the band. So your feet are together, heels, toes apart, Pilates V. Close the band. Extend your left leg forward. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Exhale, bend your knee in. Head, neck, and shoulders lift. We're pressing out into the band Pilates V. Close the press. Extend your left leg forward. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. So we're staying to the same side and bend it in. We press, close, extend, and lower. Bend it in. Press, close, extend, and lower. Bend it in. Press for 4. Close, extend, and lower. Bend it in. Press for 3. Close, extend, and lower. Bend it in. Press for 2. Close. Check in with your knees. Make sure they're stacked up above your hips. Last one. Close, extend, and lower. Bend it in. Now you're going to extend your left leg up to the ceiling. Right leg stays at the 90-degree angle. You're going to exhale, crunch over to the right. Lower the left leg down. Inhale, come back through center. Left leg lifts up to the sky. We crunch over to the right, lower the left, and come back through center. You're trying to get your left shoulder blade up off the mat. Make sure you're rotating from your core and not from your neck. So notice how I'm pulling from my upper body and then coming back through center. Check in with your right leg. Make sure that it's staying at a 90-degree angle. So your knee is stacked up above your hip and your foot is not just hanging and dangling there. It's active. It's at the 90-degree. We crunch for 3 and come through center. Crunch for 2 and through center. Hold the twist on 1. Pulse your right knee in for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6. Left shoulder blade is off the mat for 4, 3, 2. Stay here on 1. Pulse the crunch over to the right with your upper body for 10. 9, 8. This part hurts for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knee in. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Go ahead and windshield wiper your legs. Release your low back for just a moment. And then we have that over to the other side, starting from the press out of the band. And if at any point anything feels too difficult, first try and get rid of the band. And then you can always tap your toes down to the mat, the toe that's not active and moving, just for some additional stability. So we're going to exhale, crunch it up, press out into the band, heels stay together, toes apart. Knees touch. Extend your right leg forward, lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Bend everything in through center, crunch your head, neck, and shoulders up. We press out, close, extend, lift, press out, close, extend, lift, out, close, extend, lift. Make sure that your core is engaged, your belly button's pulled to spine, your ribs are not flared out, and you're not arching. We're here for 3, for 2, last 1. Extend it out, bend it in, head, neck, and shoulders are low. Gotta fix my band. We're gonna extend our right leg straight and up to the ceiling or the sky, wherever you are. Exhale, you're gonna crunch over to the left side, lower the right leg straight to hover an inch off the mat, and then exhale, come back through center, right leg lifts. Left leg stays at that 90-degree angle. Knee is stacked above my hip, so I'm not letting my knee drop toward my chest. And I'm crunching and rotating by trying to get my right shoulder blade up off the mat and then coming back through center. We're here for 4 more. Exhale, lift. For 3. Exhale, lift. For 2. Exhale, lift. On 1, we hold our right leg low. Pulse your left knee in for 10, 9, 8, 7. Right shoulder blade is lifted. For 6. Don't forget to breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it here on 1. Pulse the crunch over to the left for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees in, lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Hug your knees into your chest and give them a tight squeeze. Place your hands on either one of your knees. I know it's going to be harder with the band, but go ahead and draw circles with your knees just to release your low back. Make them as dramatic as you want. Maybe you plant your feet on the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Arch your back up off the mat. And then when you're ready, hug your knees into your chest. Rock and roll up and down the length of your mat. Meet me in a tabletop position. And now we're going to go ahead and grab our block. Remember that the block is optional, and if at any point you feel super unstable, you can go ahead and remove the block. It's just going to come underneath our right knee. And then we're also going to lower the band. So the band is going to go around your right ankle and then around the sole of your left foot. Palms are down on the mat. We're in our tabletop position. I want you to really make sure that you're pulling up from your belly button here and you're pressing into your palms. So I'm not sinking down into my shoulders. I'm lifted and I'm not arching. My core is engaged. I have a neutral spine. You're going to press into the band, back, donkey kick, and lower it down. Press and lift and lower. So your leg stays at this 90-degree angle. I don't want you to try and straighten your leg. And then you lower it down. Press and lift and lower. Squeeze your glute up at the top and then lower it down. We're here for 5 and lower. Lift for 4 and gaze is at the mat in front of your fingers. So we're protecting our neck for 3. Exhale as you lift and squeeze for 2. Exhale, lift and squeeze for 1, and we're going to add on. So you're going to extend your left leg straight at the knee. Bend your left knee in, lower your left knee to meet your right. So you stamp your foot up to the ceiling, extend your leg, bend, lower it down, press and lift, extend, bend, and lower. Lift, extend, bend, lower. Lift for 5, extend, bend, lower. Lift for 4, extend, bend, lower. For 3, extend, bend, lower. Lift for 2, extend, bend, lower. On 1, hold the bent position and then press it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knee in. And we're going to do the same thing, but now we're opening out to the left side. So your English, your left leg is going to stay at the 90-degree angle. You're going to open out to the left side and close. So it's a fire hydrant. We open and close. Lift and squeeze your glute up at the top and lower. Exhale, lift for 5 and lower. Exhale, lift for 4 and lower. Exhale, lift for 3 and lower. Exhale, lift for 2 and lower. Exhale, lift for 1 and hold. Now we add the extension. So we're pressing our leg back, bend your knee in and lower it down. Lift, extend the band straight, bend and lower. Lift, extend, bend, lower. Lift, extend, bend, lower. For 4 more, extend, bend, lower. For 3, this is why I don't think you need the ankle weights because this is painful enough as it is. For 2, extend, bend, lower. Last one, extend, hold the bend, pulse it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it all the way back down. Now you're going to slide your left leg in through the band. So the band is around both of your ankles. Extend your left leg straight back. It's okay if the band slides up to your calf. You're going to exhale, lift your left leg straight up, squeeze and press into the band. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Inhale, lower. You're here for 3. Lift and squeeze for 2. Lift and squeeze for 1 and hold. I want you to keep the same position. So you're going to keep the tension in the band, keep the tension in the band. I don't know why I repeated it twice. And then you're going to squeeze your glute and squeeze your core. Bend your elbows and lower your chest down, keeping the same shape in the lower body, and then press and lift. So you don't want to just drop your foot down. You want your leg to lower in a line with your upper body and then press and lift it right back up. We tap, lift, lower, lift. Tap, lift, lower, lift. For 4, lift, lower, lift. The trick is to engage your core and squeeze your glute so you can keep your leg where it is and make sure that your legs lift as your chest lowers. Last 2, lower and lift. Last one, we're going to hold it low. Just the left leg taps and lifts, taps and lifts. Your triceps are now also on fire. We're here for 5. For 4, lift for 3. For 2, hold it up on 1, pulse it up for 10. 9, you got it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it all the way back down. And now we're going to flip over to the side. Bring the band up so it's around your knees. Block, right palm is going to stay on the mat. You're opening out to face the side. And your left leg is extended straight out. Right arm is going to come behind your neck for support. And I want you to make sure that your shoulders are rolled back so you're not hunching forward. You're going to press into the band, lift your left leg so that it's in line with your hip, and then lower it back down. Exhale, press and lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, making sure shoulders are rolled back so we're not hunching forward. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Really think about squeezing the glute up at the top and then lowering it down. We lift for 4 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift for 3. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and squeeze for 2. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift for 1. Sorry, guys. I can't talk ever when I film. You're going to hold your leg up at the top and then rotate your chest down to face the mat. Open your chest back up and then tap your left toes down to the mat. So you exhale, lift your leg up and hold. Rotate your chest down. Open back up and lower it down. Exhale, lift and hold. Rotate down. Open up. Lower it down. You can also lift, then lower, rotate, and then open. If you can't hold the leg lifted, lower and open. And remember, if the block is too much instability, you can always remove it. We're only here for 3 more. rotate, and open. Tap, lift, rotate, and open for 2. Actually, that was 2. This is the last one. Rotate and open. Your left toes are going to come down to the mat. You can continue moving through the rotations, or I want you to pick your right knee up off the block. Maybe it's a small lift. Maybe you reach your knee for your elbow. Meet yourself where you are, but also challenge yourself. Your knee finds the block again, and then you lift your left leg up. Left toes down, right knee lifts, right knee lowers, left leg lifts. Down, lift, lower, lift. Another modification is you can take the block in front of you and have one hand on the block. So you lift your leg, lower your leg, pull your knee in, lower your knee. So both hands are down, one hand is on the block for support, in and lower. We're here for 5. In, lower, for 4. In, lower, for 3. In, lower, for 2. In, lower, last one. In, step your right leg back to meet your left, find your side plank. You're going to grab the block in your left hand. You can also lower down onto your elbow if your palm is hurting you, but you're going to thread the needle under and reach it all the way back up. You thread the needle and extend up. Modification, bend your bottom knee, thread the needle, and extend it up. If you want to elevate, you're going to thread the needle, pike your hips up, and reach for your right ankle, and then open back up to the side. You reach and come through center. We only have 3 more. Reach and through center for 2. Last one. Hold the side plank. Pulse your hips up for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees in, press it back to your child's pose. Hands are extended long out onto the mat. If you have a block, you can place your hands on your block and let your head hang heavy in between your hands. We have that whole thing over to the other side. Maybe you massage your forehead on the mat. Take a sip of water, whatever you need, and then you're going to meet me back in your tabletop position. I'm going to flip over so that when I'm in the side plank, my back's not to you. Our band so that it is around your left ankle and around the sole of your right foot. Left knee is on the block. Both hands are down on the mat. We're lifting up from our belly button, squeezing our core, and we're stamping our right foot up to the ceiling and then lowering it right back down. Press and lift into the band and lower, really squeezing your glute up at the top. Press and lift and lower. We're squeezing and lowering back down. Lift for 5 and lower for 4 and lower. Lift for 3 and lower. Lift and squeeze for 2 and lower. Last one, and we're going to add on. You press into the band and lift up. Extend your right leg straight. Bend your right knee in. Lower your right knee to meet your left. Press and lift. Extend, bend, and lower. Lift, extend, bend, and lower. Squeeze, extend, bend, and lower. Check in with your shoulders. Make sure you're pressing into your palms so you're not sinking down into them. We're only here for 3. Extend, bend, and lower. Lift for 2. Extend, bend, and lower. Last one. Extend, bend, and hold. Pulse it up for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your right knee in, lower it down. Same thing out to the side. We're opening out to the right and lower it back down. Press to the right and lift and lower. We're here. We squeeze up at the top and lower it back down. Lift and lower. Exhale as you lift for 5. Inhale as you lower. Exhale, lift for 4. Inhale as you lower. Exhale, lift for 3. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift for 2. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift for 1 and hold. Now we're going to extend our legs straight. bend at the right knee, lower it down. Press and lift, extend, bend, lower. Lift, extend, bend, lower. For 6, extend, bend, lower. Lift for 5, extend, bend, lower. Lift for 4, extend, bend, lower. For 3, extend, bend, lower. Lift for 2, extend, bend, lower. Last one, extend, bend, and hold. Pulse it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your right knee down to meet your left. And then slide your right foot through the band so that it's around your ankles. Maybe it moves up to your shin. That's totally fine. We're going to exhale, lift the right leg straight up, press into the band. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Inhale, lower. At this point, your glutes are going to start to burn again. We lift and squeeze and lower it right back down. Lift for 4 and lower. Lift for 3 and lower. Lift for 2 and lower. If your band is sliding around a lot like mine, that might mean it's a little too light for you. Exhale, lift for 1 and hold. We're going to hug our elbows in, lower our chest down to the mat, keeping our legs in the exact same position. Press right back up. So we tap, lift, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your core, lower your chest, press and lift. Tap, lift and squeeze, lower and lift. Tap, lift and squeeze for 4, lower and lift. Tap, lift and squeeze for 3. Hug your elbows in so you're using your triceps and lift. For 1, we hold it low. Tap your right toes down and lift. Down and lift. For 10. That's not supposed to be 10. Wait, this is 5. 4, the pain's making me not be able to count. For 3. For 2, hold it up on 1, pulse it up for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it all the way back down. Go ahead and flip over. So you're facing the side. The block is still underneath your left knee. The band is going to come just above both of your knees. Left hand is down on the mat, right. Left hand is down on the mat. Right arm is going to come behind your neck. You're going to exhale, lift your right leg straight up. Inhale, lower it right back down. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Inhale, lower. Make sure that your core is engaged and your ribs are not flared out. Your upper body's in a straight line. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift for 5. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift for 4. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift for 3. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift for 2. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift for 1. Hold it here. We're rotating our chest down and opening out to the side and then tapping your toes down. Or you lift, lower, then rotate, then open. Or you lift and hold, rotate, open, lower. Lift, rotate, open, lower. For 5. For 4. For 3. Check in with your shoulders. Make sure that you roll them all the way back every single time. For 2. And you're lifting your leg to be in line with your hip. Last one. And now we're stepping out to find our side. Actually, I lied. Your right toes are going to come down to the mat. We're going to float our left knee up off of the block. Left knee comes down. Right leg lifts. Right leg lowers. We connect elbow to knee. Knee comes down. Lift, lower. Remember the modification. We can grab the block, place it in front of our body down on the mat, and you can lift your left leg, pull it in, pressing into the block so that you're not just floating on one hand. You have both hands for support. We're only here for 3. For 2. Last one, and we're going to step out to our high plank. Lift the block up to the sky. Remember that you can lower down onto your elbow if your wrist hurts. For some reason, my left wrist is a little bit weak, so we're going to extend the block up to the ceiling, thread the needle under, and reach up for the sky. We thread and reach. Modifications to bend your bottom knee and plant it down onto the mat. Elevate. You lift your hips up, reach the block for your left ankle, and lower back through center. We're here for 5. For 4. Rolling your shoulders back every single time for 3. Last 2. On 1, we hold the block up to the sky. Pulse your hips up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it all the way back down. Flip it out to your child's pose. Let's take 3 breaths here, taking a big inhale through your nose and a big exhale through the mouth. Inhale nice and deep. And exhale like you're blowing air out of a straw. Last 2, big inhale. Big exhale. Last 1, inhale. And exhale. Shift it forward. Find your tabletop position. Inhale, arch your belly, lift your head and look up. And exhale, round your spine, gaze goes to your navel. Inhale, arch and look up. Exhale, round and look down. Come back to a neutral spine. We have one last little piece. You're going to meet me on your stomach. I'm going to flip back over. We don't need the block, and you can go ahead and remove the band as well. You're laying face down on the mat. Arms are extended out long in front of you. You're going to exhale, float your head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat. Arms float up off the mat. We're circling our arms back, circling forward, lowering your head, neck, and shoulders down. Exhale, lift. Circle back, circle forward, lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Your arms should move in a steady circle. I'm just kind of blocked by the couch. We circle back, circle forward, lower it down. Exhale, lift. Circle back, circle forward, lower it down. We have 3 more like this. Circle back, circle forward, lower it down. Last 2, back, forward, lower it down. Last 1, back, forward, lower it down. Now we're going to switch it up. You're going to exhale, float your head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat. Arms lift. Squeeze your elbows down to your side. I really want you to think about squeezing your shoulder blades back and together. Reach your arms forward. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. So we lift, squeeze your back, reach, and lower. Exhale, lift, squeeze, reach, and lower. Lift, squeeze, reach, lower. Lift for 4. Squeeze, reach, lower. Lift for 3. Squeeze, reach, lower. Lift for 2. Squeeze, reach, lower. Last 1. Squeeze and hold. Hands come down to the mat. You're going to firm up your weight in your toes and your palms. Press all the way up. Lift up to your high plank. Lower all the way back down to your mat. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Your hands are going to come by your ears. So you're going to exhale. Lift your head. Palms come down. Press all the way up. Lower all the way back down. Lift. Palms come down. You can lift up to your knees if that's more comfortable, but your butt stays low. And then we lower all the way back down. So you lift. Palms come down. Press up. Lift up. Lower down. Try to hug your elbows in as you lower down, and lower down with control. Don't just flop down to the mat. We're here for 5. Lower, lift, press, and lower. For 4. Lift and lower. For 3. Lift and lower. For 2. Lift and lower. Last one, hold it in your high plank. Lower your knees down if they're not already. Hug your elbows into your sides. Modified push-ups. We're lowering and lifting. Last little burnout. You've got it. Hug your elbows in. Press and lift it right back up. Make sure that your core is engaged. You're not arching. Your butt is down. We're here for 7. For 6. If you need to take a breather and come back to it, you can. Last 4. For 3. Last 2. And last 1. Press it all the way back to your child's pose. Take 2 breaths here. 1 big inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Last 1, deep breath in. And deep breath out. Roll all the way up to your tall seat. Roll your shoulder blades back. Inhale, reach both arms up to the sky. Exhale, lean over to the right. Left arm sweeps up overhead. Inhale, we come back up through center. And exhale, we lean over to the left. Inhale, up through center. Exhale to the right. Come back up through center. Exhale to the left. Shift it forward. Find your tabletop position. Inhale, arch your belly, lift your head and look up. And exhale, round your spine. Gaze goes to your navel. Inhale, arch your belly, lift your head and look up. And exhale, round your spine. Gaze goes to your navel. 2 more. Inhale, arch and look up. Exhale, round and look down. Last 1. Inhale, arch and look up. Exhale, round and look down. Next, inhale, reach your right hand up for the sky. And exhale, thread the needle under. Inhale, reach up for the sky. Exhale, thread the needle under. Inhale, reach. And this time, exhale, land your right shoulder down onto the mat. Press into your left palm to feel the twist even more. We're staying here for 3 breaths. Last 2. Last 1. Unwind. Reach your right arm up for the sky. Inhale. Exhale, right palm comes down. Left arm extends up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, thread the needle under. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, reach. Exhale, land your left shoulder down onto the mat. Press into your right palm. Feel the twist for 3 breaths. Last 2. Last 1. Unwind, reach your left arm up for the sky. Inhale. Left palm comes down to the mat. Take anything else that you might need. Maybe you roll out your wrists. We spent a lot of time on them. You can flip them out and rock from side to side. Make the movement as fluid as you want. You can do some rotations of your ribs and your head. And then circle in the opposite direction. Whatever else you might need. And we are done for today. Good job, you guys. We'll be posting 2 workout videos every single week. So we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.